Hello, disciples. Everybody take a minute and just go, take a breath. We'll stretch your arms. I know you're tired. But here we are, and they're thinking about showers. Whoever thought about a church having a shower ministry? It's an example of how to use the one thing that you have for the one thing that you are, which is the community of faith that loves people. Florence Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, is in Florence, Kentucky, which is just about 11 miles south over the river from Cincinnati, Ohio. When I say I'm from Kentucky, a lot of times people think, well, they think a lot further south. But really, we're real close to the Ohio River, and we're real close to a lot of people that are what might be called homeless or home insecure. And so this ministry started out of a need. Two people that came to seek assistance from our church and who happened to be very sweaty and dirty. And my administrative assistant came to me and said, Pastor Susan, is there any way that we can use the shower in the administrative wing, which my understanding was one of the pastors who used to work 24/7 built that for himself so that he could take a shower whenever he needed it. But can we use this to help this couple? And I said, sure. And then we got to thinking, what is our mission as a church? What is our vision and what are our core values? And one of the core values of Florence Christian Church is radical hospitality. That means sharing God's love with anybody who comes through our doors, anybody that we come in contact with. And so this became an opportunity for us to have a vision of using what God has given to us in a way that can benefit others. So the ministry started with just 2 and 1 shower. But then we said, okay, you can come back, but shh, don't tell anybody else. Well, you know what happened. You know what happened. More people came. And more people came. And more people came because they experienced God's love and welcome, and they experienced the blessing of a shower. The blessing of being clean. And for a lot of them, we heard their stories, and for some, they were living in a house that had no running water. So they needed to get clean so they could go to work. For some, they were applying for jobs. For some, they were homeless on the streets and they were addicts. For some, they were living in their cars. But no matter who they were, we offered them respect and dignity. And that ministry continued to grow, and as I said, it grew and grew and grew. And today, we use our 1 shower 3 days a week for 4 hours a day, staffed by a wonderful person who we're in partnership with a senior employment company, and he is providing them not only with a place to have a shower, but a community, a place where they can be with others, where they can be encouraged, where they can be listened to, where they can share their stories. And so now we serve about 30 to 40 a week. So much has this ministry grown that we have seen the need to increase and expand this ministry. And so part of our capital project that we're working on is taking another space within the church to expand our showers as well as laundry facilities, because we know that those who are going for work, interviewing for jobs, need to have clean clothes as well as clean bodies. And also to provide a resource center that we are in partnership with the county to provide other resources that folks might need so that they can become whole and healthy people. So that's what got started. We have created, over the last 3 or 4 years, we've created partnerships with many, many different organizations because we know we can't do it all. So we need each other. We need other churches. We need other nonprofits. We need our city and county to be partners with us so that we can make a difference in lives. We believe that loving and serving as Jesus did is about seeing and treating people with dignity and respect. One of the experiences that I recently had was with one of our shower guests, and that's what we call them. They're our guests. And her name was Caroline. And Caroline had come, and she had been invited by one of our ministry partners to come to church, which she did. And she was overwhelmed with the love of God. And she told me after church she'd be back and she's going to bring her friends, and I was really excited about that. Then I didn't see Carolyn for a while, and that was okay. But I saw her again several weeks later, and she saw me and she said, "Oh, Pastor Susan, I am so sorry. I haven't been to church." And she said, "I just don't feel clean enough to come to church." And of course I assured her, yes, you are clean enough because you are loved by God. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter whether you've had a shower that day. Come as you are. We will love you as you are. She started to cry, and she received the blessing that I was giving to her in Jesus' name. She was at church a couple of weeks later. Praise God. So our vision is creating a center and additional showers and laundry facilities, I said, with a resource center, which will be in partnership with our county. They are not involved in capital projects, but they are involved in helping to maintain and provide services to those that are in need in our community. So we're going to be doing that together. We're involved in a capital project right now, and in partnership on that, we're having a special bourbon raffle. Now, we are from Kentucky, you all. So anyway, one of our ministry partners owns a party store, and he has, for the last several years, given, anybody familiar with Pappy Van Winkle bourbon? Well, he has donated, for this raffle, he's donated 6 bottles from the family reserve, and it's worth about $1,000. We are going to be raffling these off, and there's little cards over by our table over there if you'd like some more information. We just started this week. It'll be running for 6 weeks or until we sell 500 raffle tickets. We're going to try to raise $50,000 for this effort. God, uses what we have. I was reminded today of the story of the loaves and fish. It might not be loaves and fish, but it is what one person had that he could give, and we are trusting that God will take that and multiply that to be a blessing to others. I want to leave you with a final word, and that was from our worship service today. We had a wonderful, Don Gillette was just an amazing preacher, and we ended our worship service today by singing, "They'll know we are Christians by our love." And do y'all know that third verse? That third verse that says at the end, "We will guard each one's dignity and save each one's pride. And they will know we are Christians." How? By our love. By our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. I want to encourage you, if I leave one word with you, is to use what you have. Whatever it is, whether it's one shower or whether it is a card or whether it is some other way that you can let others know that they are loved. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.